Hi guys, welcome to Cake Advisor, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make these gelatin edible balloons, which are a very popular cake decoration this year. So to make our gelatin balloons we will use 30 grams of powdered gelatin, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 90 grams of warm water, and some flavorings and food coloring. Now the sugar and the flavoring are actually not necessary, but I assume you're making it for a children's cake, and children are children and they're probably going to want to taste this balloon. So just to add a little bit of taste and sweetness, we are using the sugar and the flavoring. And last but not least, we will need a thermometer. So first what we need to do is to inflate small balloons. Okay, so I took those really small ones, but you can use regular size as well. Just inflate them a little bit, make a tie, and attach it to a straw using some tape. The amount of gelatin that I pointed out at the beginning is enough for about 12 balloons for the size that I'm showing here in this tutorial. Next we will need some kind of a base or a stand to put our straws on for the balloons to dry. So what I have here is a styrofoam base and some skewers that I put into it. Make sure that you're leaving enough space between the skewers and just insert the straws on top of the skewers. And now we can start with the gelatin itself. So pour the warm water on top of the gelatin and using a skewer very gently stir the gelatin, but again very slowly and gently. We do not want to create unnecessary bubbles on top of the gelatin. Now after the gelatin is blended, let it sit for a few minutes and pop it into the microwave for about 20 seconds. The working temperature of the gelatin should be around 60 degrees Celsius and not above. So it's better to make small pulses in the microwave and not to overheat our gelatin. So the next step is to add the food coloring. Now if you want sheer balloons, you don't need to add the white color, but if you want the balloons to be opaque, we are using some white food coloring, and afterwards I will add the pink or whatever color you want, of course. I will first make the white balloons and will add the pink gel food coloring later. Now make sure that you stir the food coloring very well, and using a spatula or a spoon very gently take off all the little balloons and bubbles you have on top of the gelatin. And now we are going to take our balloons and dip them into the gelatin solution. Go all the way almost until the knot and leave about half a centimeters around the knot. Be very careful, because if it sticks there, then it will be very hard to take out the balloon. Hold the balloon upside down, let all the excess gelatin to drip off, give it a small shake and flip it upside down. And now you can put it onto a skewer to dry while we are going to coat the other balloons. We are going to make a total of 3 coats, so while you are making the other 6 balloons, the first one you started with is going to be ready for the second coat. And afterwards, again, after you finish the second coat on all of the 6, the first one you started will be ready for the third coat. And again, dip the balloon into the gelatin, give it a small shake, and flip it upside down on top of the skewer. Repeat with all of the 6 balloons for 3 times. Now after a while, obviously the gelatin is going to cool down, so just pop it into the microwave for another 10 to 20 seconds and continue. Now I'm finished with the white balloons, so I'm adding a little bit of pink gel food coloring and doing basically the same. Again, 3 coats of gelatin. After we're done with all of 3 coats, we will leave the balloons to dry for at least 24 hours. Just note that the longer you will leave them to dry, the easier it will be to take out the balloon from the inside afterwards. And this is how they're looking 24 hours later. You can see that they sound like plastic. They are completely dry and hard. And now what we're going to do is just pop the balloon using some small scissors. And now very carefully peel the balloon from the inside. Now the balloon should come off easily in one part, but if the balloon accidentally tears, just make sure you take in every list of the balloon pieces from the inside. Just go over with your finger and check that there are no balloons left inside. Sometimes there are very thin balloons and they do tear, then you try to pull them out. So if it happens, just use some tweezers to help you and take out every piece of the balloon. It is very important not to leave any pieces of the balloon inside. But one thing that you should keep in mind is that those gelatin balloons are afraid of moisture. So if you are attaching them to, let's say, a buttercream or a cheese cream cake, you need to put some white chocolate around the edges there, and afterwards you can safely attach them to a moist surface. I used those balloons in the carousel cake, and as you can see, I attached it to a fondant figure using some wire. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos. Bye!